guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Number Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.
Okay, let me just hit the record and let's get going.
Recording in progress.
Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining Stocks Number Trading. My name is Ron. My partner is Dave. It is 10:23 a.m. Eastern on Thursday, March 13th. Thanks everyone for joining. I appreciate all of you guys. Plan for today is we're going to go for about 2 hours. We're going to do an analysis on gold. Right now it's trading at all-time highs. So we're going to see maybe is there an opportunity to look for a sell, or is it going to continue pushing through all of this resistance up here? And we'll take a look at from the top down. We'll go higher today. We'll look at the monthly, the weekly, the daily. I want to show you that every single higher time frame right now is overbought. There is bearish divergence, but the price action is still going up. So I want to talk about this because this is where it causes a lot of issues with a lot of traders, where they want to start shorting it and it keeps going higher and higher and higher. Just because something is RSI is telling us it's overbought, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to come down anytime soon. It's also 70 or above on RSI is an area of strength. It's very strong up there. So it could continue to keep pushing and pushing and pushing higher and higher and higher. And if you're trying to short this thing, it could get you in a little bit of trouble. So I was just talking with Armandi in the Zoom. If you guys are looking to start a short position, what I would recommend, and this is my personal recommendation, is to start small with a feeler sell. Something very small, test it out. If it keeps going higher and higher, maybe if you're down a little, you're down minimal drawdown where it won't really affect you emotionally, financially, until we start to see some type of structure, bear structure happening up there, okay? So first thing is, let's go really quickly into the news right now. Forex Factory, what did we have today? So yesterday we had CPI. It came out pretty good. Today we had producers, PPI, came out pretty good. Their previous was 0.5, 0.6. They were forecasting a decrease, 0.3, 0.3. It actually came out really good, negative 0.1 and 0.0. So if you saw 830, that's good for the US dollar. The US dollar started to move a little bit bullish at 830. It has now retraced back to where it initially started from this news. Okay, so it's kind of a flat event. It pumped at the time of the release of the numbers, and then it retraced right back down. Okay, we also had our unemployment claims, weekly unemployment claims. They were down over here. Guys, I'm really sick, so I apologize if I'm coughing or if I'm I'm like soaking right now I have a high fever. And I'm drenched right now. Myself and my kids all day yesterday, we were really sick. I think when we went to the clinic on it was Tuesday when I took my daughter there, that's where we all got sick. Try to avoid clinics at all costs if you can. It was just infested with germs and bacteria, and I think that's where we caught it. But hopefully I can get through this. I didn't want to cancel the session, guys. I wanted to do this, so just bear with me, guys. And then also earnings. What did we have today? Dollar General. Okay, I didn't see the guidance, but I see that it was good numbers. Again, 3 months pass. Okay, so we're probably in the holiday season a little bit and going into here. So their numbers were really good, above earnings per share, above revenue. But this guidance, I didn't listen to the conference call. Maybe some of you guys did, but guidance didn't look good. I'm pretty sure it's following along the lines of Amazon, Walmart, Target, Dollar General is the same thing. Maybe they're going to be affected by tariffs. They're going to be affected by inflation. Maybe they're starting to see consumer spending is going down a little bit. If we have consumer spending going down in Dollar General, we know that there's some issues with our local economy, not the stock market, but our everyday economy, where I go to the dollar store every day. And if I start to see that there's not many people in there shopping, they're struggling. It's the dollar store. That's where you can buy cheap things. And if they're struggling, it's signs, it's kind of foreshadowing what's to come in the future. So guidance, not good. Target right now is at 52-week low. So let's just continue moving forward, guys. Yahoo Finance, do we have anything in the news? Intel right now, if you guys see Intel is up 10-15% right now. They appointed a new CEO. Anytime you see any information like that, it can be positive. It's actually 17%, I'm sorry, 17% right now. So just appointing a new CEO and a change of things can be really good for a company. And let's just continue seeing what's going on right now. In the US, we got everything is pretty flat right now. S&P 500 negative 0.16%, Dow negative 0.1, Nasdaq down a little bit more right now. Tech is a little bit down, negative 0.5. Crude oil almost down 1% right now, and gold. Okay, so gold we're trading. We're gonna take a look at it right now. Okay, so let's go to gold. You guys remember yesterday's setup here? We took a buy and it came all the way up to here. And look at the retracement, guys. I just want to briefly just discuss this. It came back down. It couldn't hold this block, but it held our next block below. So remember, each block is holds more structure. So this is kind of like support 1, support 2, support 3, and then this would be where the move started. This would be support 4. This would be, if I could get a pending buy order down here, that would be the one I would be targeting. If I can get one here, that would be the one. If I can get one here, and this one is the least reliable. Okay, so it just doesn't have too much structure because it's just on the 5 minutes. But you see when it came down here, look at the time and sales. So I want you guys to start to learn this. 11:30, it's a new 30-minute candle, and you see the retracement came down right at 11:30, and then it continued to push right back up. And then when do we get this big explosion? It was the start of noon. So 12:05, we got that big explosion. We talked about that, how there was clean traffic to go right through that area. And since then, like if you extend all of these into the future, which I have done, you can see that we came down, retraced a little bit here at the end of the day, 4 p.m., and produced a little bit of double bottom and continued to drive. So now we're driving in this like all-time high supply, keep going, and this is where it's trading at right now. So careful shorting this thing. We're at 29.54 right now. So I'm going to start with a fresh chart. We're going to remove everything. We're going to start off on the highest time frame. We're going to go to a monthly. I want you guys to see this. Look at the monthly. Okay, how many of you guys ever chart monthly, weekly? Look at the gold, how it's been going up every single month here. Look at, that's the all-time high. Okay, so we're there. Look at it. Is it going to be a tweet? Look at it. It's right there. Now let's look at the RSI. RSI on the monthly it was right here at 82. It pulled back right there. There's your pullback, and it continued to driving in this overbought territory. So we're at 81 right now, and it's still driving. But on the monthly, it is making higher highs. You can clearly see the higher highs, all-time highs, and our RSI it's kind of decreasing a little bit. Okay, so let's just make note of that. The monthly has bearish divergence, but nothing is really looking bearish. We don't have a red candle. This last month it came down, but still held this bullish volume. And look at how we opened the month of March. It's in the ignited bullish candle. There was absolutely no drawdown. So it came up, and we're feeling the wick where we could possibly pop for a new all-time high up here. Okay, so anyone trying to short gold, on the monthly, it's very strong. Okay, maybe you're looking for just a short retracement on 5 minutes or 15 minutes, but on the monthly, it's strong. Let's go to the weekly now. Weekly. Okay, so look at our weekly. It was moving. This was the previous all-time high. We retraced, and it continued to push for a new all-time high. RSI on this. Okay, so let's do the similar thing. From this peak to where we are now, it's the price action is clearly going up, and our RSI from this peak down to here, you can see it's decreasing. So the strength on the weekly is slowly decreasing. Okay, but you see how it took this bounce and it's continuing to drive back up? That is still showing that there's still strength up there. And let's just look from last week and this week. So last week we had a bullish ignited candle come all the way up, almost engulfed, but at the end of the week it sold off, and it closed about around 50% of the bearish candle. This week we opened bearish. It came down, but look at it came down to about 50% of our weekly candle of last week, and we continued to come up and we filled, and look at what we're doing. Those two tweezer top wicks up there, that's the all-time high, 29.56. So we can continue to maybe push for a new all-time high. So let's just see, before we start shorting, are they going to push for a new all-time high? Because it's right there. I'm sure that there's a lot of supply up there, and maybe they want to go through it. Okay, so this is strong. Remember what I was saying. If we're still overbought on RSI, it's still in an area of strength. We need to see some sort of, like, a good short opportunity on the week would be if we can break this structure right here. So how it's coming up like this, it came up, it went back down, it's coming back up. Maybe we break, we grab some liquidity, then it comes back down. For example, if it closes below there, might reach that, then we get our weekly drop, okay? But we're nowhere near that right now, okay? So this is still heavily bullish on the weekly, monthly bullish, weekly bullish. Let's go, but there's divergence on both of those time frames. So let's go to now the daily, and let's start our analysis here on the daily and bring it down to lower time frames. Okay, so this is the daily now. The daily also, look at now the divergence here. What do we have going on? We got kind of like a flat top up here. Okay, so you can see there's a flat top where it's got resistance there, and we're trading right at it. So it's not moving higher as of yet compared to the weekly and the monthly. And if we look at the RSI on the daily, you can see it's clearly starting to push down. Okay, but look at how strong the last 3 days are. They're still pushing. We don't have like a bearish candle like this right here, nothing. So it could still drive through here. So you have to be very careful on shorting this thing, because look at what you're shorting. Look at the daily candle. Look at how strong it is. It opened this morning with a bullish ignited open. It popped yesterday's wick, and we're driving right up to the all-time highs. So it's got a high probability it's going to break for a new all-time high. You know, when you're there, you're there. So it just needs a little push for a new all-time high. It's a statement. If gold makes a new all-time high, it's a statement. It might attract more investors. It might attract more buyers. It's also, the flip side is going to attract more sellers. But if it continues to drive through here, it could possibly create a short squeeze in the market. So do we have any areas now that we got to look at? Number one, zones. Okay, so remember what I was always doing? I was always looking at this daily area for supply. Now, if I draw this box, continue to go across, we're trading right through it right now and could possibly pop. Okay, so if we do go to the upside, where could we possibly go? This is called price discovery up here. Gold has never been up here. Where could it mathematically, logically go? I don't want to be guessing, but what I like to do is I like to look at whole numbers. On the daily, I like to look at $25 increments. So if we're trading at 55.56, what is that next quarter increment I'm looking at? Would be 75. So it would be 29.75 right there. Okay, so I'm going to place it with a yellow line. That would be a daily point of interest if it can get up there. Excuse me. That's a bigger zone. It's 20 pips away where we're trading at, right? Or sorry, $20 away where we are right now. So that's 200 pips. If I want to do something a little bit more like right now, if I go down to the 5 minutes, I'm going to take a look at 29.60. 29.60. It's only $4 or $5 away, but if it can get to 29.60, that's what I want to see, what type of reaction it can get right there. The big number would be 3,000. Okay, everyone, let's mark 3,000. Let's mark 3,000 with like kind of a red box. 3,000. Let's go $5 above 3,005 and $5 below. So 3,005 and 2,095. We'll give ourselves a zone. Okay, so you understand what I just did there? I kind of created my own little block in the market. If it comes up there, that's where there's probably going to be heavy selling pressure at that psychological 3,000, give or take $5 above or $5 below. It's kind of like a spread. Okay, so I'm just anticipating where it could possibly go. And then below us, where do we have like our demand? Okay, we're nowhere near this demand block, but every single time we're on this session, I always show you guys right here, this block is still holding. We're nowhere near that. Do we have another one that's been created as of here, right here. So you see here, this was our point of interest we've been looking at all week. Here, 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 there's body, 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 wick, wick, wick. So just draw like a yellow line and keep this as reference going into the future, like right around here. You see how it's 50% of this candle, 50% of this candle, a body, a body, a body, a wick, and then it all started right here. So 29.15 still bullish. If we come down, maybe we get support here and then it goes right back up. If we break below 29.15, we could definitely sell back down to this green block right here. Okay, so it is very, very, very bullish right now. Okay, and if you're trying to short this thing, be careful is what I'm trying to say. Look at, I showed you how strong it is on the monthly, how strong it is on the weekly, how strong it still is on the daily. Now let's just dissect our daily candle. Okay, so from yesterday, had a pullback. We still held above 50% of this previous day. So there's 50%. You can see it held above it. We continued to push up where we opened. We filled that prior wick. We filled all of these wicks, these prior wicks, and made that new high and closed relatively strong. Right around 50% of this big bearish candle right here on February 25. And next we close, we open. Just a slight tiny wick on it. You can barely see it. I consider this to be an ignited candle, but technically it's not. That was our low of the day. That's our opening price. Very strong. I place a purple for the low of the day, and we continue to push. Are we still above 50% of this candle? Yes, we are. So these are all my scalp lines, my scalp zones that I place on the charts, and they're pretty big zones. Like from 29.25 to 29.15, that's a 100 pip zone. That's a daily goal. If it just comes in here and fills from that yellow line to that yellow line, that's a daily goal. Okay, from this purple line to that yellow line, that's a daily goal. So we're continuing very bullish. We popped yesterday's high, and look, this was the all-time high. That wick. Let me just make the red box a little higher right to that wick. And now this is a new all-time high currently on gold. Can I look at 50% of the volume right now in today's candle? Absolutely. Like right around there, that's about 50%. If I don't want to guess, I know some of you guys are not used to doing it like the way I do it. Just grab your Fibonacci tool, go from where the body opened to where the volume is currently now. I know it's going to fluctuate, it's going to change. See how I was off? I was off. I bring it right down now to make it exact with 0.5. If I want to make like a little bullish zone on the daily, again, I use the 0.5 as a point of interest. I go one notch above 382, one notch below 618, and there's my green demand zone. If we do pull back, I expect buyers to still be in here. If we lose this, that's where maybe the market can potentially start to sell off. Okay, so we're still strong. We still have this big, big, big candle, okay? Now we do have a wick. I just noticed a wick on our candle. So we're trading right at the high of the day, new all-time high. I'm just going to place a purple line right now just to show us that that is the high of the day. We'll probably continue to break above it. But what we got to watch for is this yellow line, 29.60. What happens when it gets up here? Excuse me. So very, very, very bullish on the daily. Again, it is showing hidden divergence. See how the price is kind of equal? Well, right now it's getting a little higher. See how the RSI, the strength is coming down, but there's still no signs. It's still very strong. So that's why this indicator divergence can be deceiving. So I don't always use that as analysis. I keep it in the back of my head, but price action will let you know more information. Like, how can you short this big daily candle? It's very strong. Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay, normally I jump right into the 1 hour, but I want to show you guys the 4 hour. Like, look, if you're starting to short gold, look at what you're shorting against on the 4 hour. Like, it's very strong. Pullbacks are going back up with new highs. Pullbacks are higher lows going up with new higher highs. You have a big bullish 4 hour candle right now that's going to close in 3 hours and 18 minutes. Like, this thing could continue to drive right up to we just hit 60 right now. It could go up to halfway in between here, 67. From this yellow line to right there, 75, halfway point is right there, 67. It could continue to drive. And if this candle closes above this red box, you can flip it green and it can be 4 hour demand. That's why if it comes back down in here, there's that demand zone right in here. So I guarantee you that there is Look at, and it's starting to go. Look at the 4-hour candle. It's starting to get in that strength area. It's getting overbought, but it's still getting very strong. Okay, so you have to be very careful. Now I'm bringing it down to the lower time frames. 4 hours, very strong. Hourly, let's look at the hourly. So here's our hourly breakout. Hourly, you have this strong uptrend. Very, very strong. Okay. And we're getting above here, closing above, continue push, retest this purple line, continue to drive. Hourly candle. Hourly is starting to get, again, it's in this strong area. I know if you start to see it's coming in here, you want to automatically assume sell, but you have to be very careful. Like, look at how strong the volume is on this candle here. So let's now make note of this hourly. Do we have any zones on the hourly? Like right above this green box, see there was a wick, a wick, a wick, a wick, and we just closed above. So if this comes back down to 29.40, 29.50, 29.49, that might be a possible good area to buy a pullback on gold. So if it comes back down, might want to buy right there, maybe kind of produces a double bottom there, and it goes for a new all-time high. Okay. Holy guys, I'm soaked right now. I got sweat going down my back. I couldn't even wear a hat today because I am drenched. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I am soaked right now. I have a high fever, and holy shit, I'm soaked. Okay, and this hourly candle, it's very bullish. Again, pushing right up. So let's go now to the 5 minutes. The 5 minutes. I know these are our scalping candles here, but even our lower time frames, 5 minutes, are still very strong. If we look at our 5-minute trend, look at how it's diverging away from the hourly trend right here. Okay, so this is where short sellers can start to get squeezed. So like if you're in a short position, this is what I was saying, to use a feeler size, something very small, something insignificant, because if this starts happening, you won't panic. This is a big candle. Like on 5 minutes, look at the range of this candle now. That's almost 100 pip candle. 100. I guarantee you, if you're in a sell, you're probably going to shit your pants when you're down 100 pips, especially if you're over leveraged. So do you understand how most retail traders, how they trade with RSI, and the market knows this and can do this to you? If I've ever gone down 100 pips in drawdown, I'm shitting my pants. Like that's a big drawdown. And then especially if you're using larger lots than normal, like if you go with a half lot, that's $500 you're down. If you go with a standard lot, you're down $1,000. How are you going to react? You're probably going to panic. You're going to trade with emotions. So if you went in with a small size, like 0.1, and you're down 50 pips, you're down $5. If you're down 100, which is crazy, you're down $10. You can, then maybe close that position and say, okay, this is not the right time to start a sell. Do you even see one bearish candle? I don't. So this is still really strong. We got to look for structure, guys. There's no bearish structure. Like we got to see some come up, go back down, go up, maybe like 2 tops, lower high, maybe come back down, close below there. Then we can maybe assume it's time to look for a sell. But we don't even have like a structural area here yet. So what I look for is that 260 and 25 cents. Remember that one I just put there? So now I'm going to use this yellow line and put it at 50% of this 5-minute candle, 261 and 75 cents, to see if pullbacks will still be held here, if it's going to drive higher. Maybe now we're starting to see a tiny bit of resistance in the market right here. But let's see how this plays out. So I'm not looking for sells right now. Okay. I'm telling you the honest truth. I'm not looking for sells right now. Do I want to buy up here? It's enticing to buy up here, new all-time highs. Yes, it could continue to drive, but it could also come down. So in situations like this, if I'm selling, testing out sells, I go small. If I'm testing out buys at these areas, again, it can be a smaller buy. You don't got to go all in with a big buy, because if they do decide to bring it down, you could get caught, okay? Otherwise, we wait patient. We wait patiently up here to see how things develop, okay? Okay, so how's everyone doing? Broke that down. Conrad, welcome. Armandi, thank you for joining. Sergio, welcome, guys. Joel, thank you for joining. SSDN, welcome. Val, welcome. Sergio, welcome. Lorraine, welcome. Thanks for having you guys. And everyone on YouTube, thank you guys. I appreciate all of you guys. Welcome. Travis, welcome. Adipina, welcome, welcome, guys. Thank you for joining. Tony Gold, welcome. Anis, welcome. Thank you, guys. Dom, welcome. Dom, it wants 3,000. Yeah, it could get up there. Thank you, guys. Okay, so what's everyone saying? Are you guys in buys? Are you guys selling? I can help you. If I know, you don't have to tell me any like specifics about how much you're down, how much you're up. I don't care about that. I just want to know the overall conciseness. Is are we in buys? Are we in sells? Are we on the sidelines? Are we waiting? I can help break down everything for everybody. Waiting, Lauren? Yep. Waiting, guys. I'm waiting too. I'm on the sidelines myself. We can watch gold for a little bit till 11 a.m. and then we can look at U.S. index in the meantime too. We'll look at U.S. 30. Okay, so you see how it just pulled back? It didn't. It's still above 50%, so small pullback and continuing to drive. Okay, so if you're a buyer right now, I would be bringing your trailing stop loss up in profit. I would be going to break even if you can. If you're selling, guys, I tried to make it clear at the start of the call. Selling is not an option right now. I know. It's when you look at the week, the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the 4 hour, the hourly, everything is saying let's sell this, let's sell this. But that's the psychology that destroys us as traders. That's why I don't use this RSI indicator often. I use it after I do my technical analysis, then I look at this. Like right now it's trading at 84, 85. It's clearly overbought. Like it's telling me, hey, hit the sell button. But if you do that, it's continuing to squeeze higher and higher and higher. So this is where if I'm going to sell, I use a small feeler trade. Just speculating. And if it keeps going up, it's not really going to destroy me. Otherwise, I need to wait. You know when I always say prove it, like sellers or buyers, prove to me that you can close above or below a certain area. If the sellers are strong, I'd like to see them close it below this zone right here and push it down. Sorry, this is not a red box. This is a green box right now. Forgive me. Let me just change this. I'd like to see maybe if the sellers can close it below here. And then maybe that will start something. Maybe it comes back, retests this, and this is now offers in the market, and then maybe we can push back down a little bit. But as we push back down, I don't think it's going to break down like this. It'll come down to maybe test this trend line, maybe this purple line, go back up. You know, maybe they continue to take it higher. But if this kind of holds, then maybe we go back down. But right now, let's take sell opportunity out of the equation right now. Who's this man with no cap? This is Ronny with no cap. I'm soaked right now. I couldn't even wear a hat right now. No, this is Ron. This is Ron. Believe me. It's not a clone here. So another question is, why is gold moving to all-time highs? Let's talk about the macro. Let's talk about the geopolitical. Let's talk about the fundamentals. Why is gold all-time highs right now? Anyone want to take a guess? What's going on around the world? Last time I checked the stock market has been selling off for the last 3 weeks. So money coming out of the stock market could be going into gold, right? When there's uncertainty around the world right now, which there's a lot of uncertainty around the world, gold is seen as a safe haven. It's seen as a hedge against uncertainty in the markets. Yeah, good. Samuel, market fear, tariff talks. Yeah, these tariff talks are getting ridiculous right now. They're getting out of control. Both sides, Canada and U.S. I'm Canadian, but I'm going to admit both sides are playing games like babies. Like all this tariff talk is creating havoc in the markets. Okay, it's unnecessary, in my opinion. Again, I'm not a politician or anything like that, but it's creating havoc around the markets right now. So a safe place to park your money in times like this is gold, silver, crude oil. We can take a look at crude oil. That really hasn't had its push yet, but crude oil is another one. But know this for the future, guys. If you want to become like an investor, if you start seeing uncertain times in the markets around the world, you can take some of your capital and place it in gold. You don't have to do it within the like Forex. I buy physical gold. I go and buy physical gold ounces and I store them in a safety deposit box at the bank and I keep them there. I've been doing it since gold was at 800 an ounce, when gold was 1250 an ounce, when gold was 1600 an ounce, when gold was 1800 an ounce, when it was just over 2000. I bought a little bit more at 2500. I haven't bought up here at 3000 or this all-time high yet, but that's what I do. I like to buy spot gold and hold it as a hedge just in case there's uncertainty around the world. Same with Bitcoin, guys. If you're looking at crypto, Bitcoin, that's digital gold. We have an upcoming boot camp next week. If you want to join, guys, on Zoom, if you want to join, all lifetimers get it. Okay, you don't have to just sign up if you're a lifetime member. You guys will automatically be included. But everyone else, if you want to extend your membership with us for 3 months, you'll get that boot camp. It's 6 days. Monday to Friday, and Saturday morning will be a charting day. We'll go through Bitcoin's history, maybe Ethereum, maybe the big players, and there's a lot you'll learn in there. If you're interested in crypto and Bitcoin, Bitcoin has taken a big haircut as of late from 110,000 all-time high. It's trading at 82,000 right now. And how can that shape up the world in the future? U.S. just announced a Bitcoin Federal Reserve, first time ever. Other countries around the world, sovereign countries, are accumulating. Did you see in El Salvador with Bukele, the IMF, International Money Fund, said you cannot accumulate any more Bitcoin, and he told them to fuck right off. like that was pretty gangster, guys. The IMF. They come in and tell him you cannot accumulate more Bitcoin. Why? He can do whatever he wants. Who are you to tell him what to do? He's been accumulating for the past few years and making his own reserve for his country and his people. And he told IMF straight up to F right off. I thought that was pretty. I thought that was pretty good. Okay, so now you see the market is consolidating right now. So we often talk about this consolidation. Now the market is cooling off. It had this big push, so we created new all-time highs. You're going to hear about this on the news today. When you check the news, it's going to say gold, new all-time high. I know it's 29.71 here on Forex, but it might be like 3,000 in the futures market if you're trading futures right now. But we do now have a top right there. Okay, so we do have a top. Now we're consolidating inside here. So while it's cooling off, will it break down here? Will we come back up, maybe get a double top? Will it come grab some pending orders? So remember where the liquidity is in the market. We do have some liquidity up here. Okay, are they going to come up, maybe spike that liquidity and then drive it down? So will they come back up? Maybe grab that liquidity, trade at that 29.75, maybe inside here, and then maybe it gets rejected with a sharp rejection. That could give us a clue that if it's a big rejection, close back below here, then maybe we might start to sell off for a little bit. And I'm not saying it's going to be like a dump in the market, but it might be a small sell. So when it's selling, we still got to know that it's coming up strong. So if we get a few pips coming down to here or here, we have to be very disciplined as to what we're doing, because it could just come down to here or here and go right back up. So we have to be very careful, because if we're selling, remember, we're counter trading this strong move. Okay. 29.79 on futures now. Thanks, Tom. Yep. Yeah, I agree, Sergio. Yep, he should do that. Okay, so you see how it's still coming up. We didn't break through here. Okay, so it could come up. There's that liquidity up there. So even showing one bearish candle, that's still not enough to just go in with a sell. So this is where patience comes in trading. I know that there's a lot of traders that are trying to sell gold right now, and they're struggling. They're in drawdown. So you got to be patient. We got to wait for some sort of structure to break. It's still in a bull flag right now. So even though we're consolidating, it's consolidating right now as a bullish flag, and we know that it could continue driving bullish. Like right here, it's consolidating. It's like, here's the pole, the bullish flag. Okay, there's that rally, 3-bar rally, and now we're cooling off inside here, and it has a high probability it could continue to drive up here and here. And there's a lot of shorts up there that are trying to push this thing down. If it wants to continue to drive, it will hit all those pending orders. Maybe if you're shorting here or here, your stop losses are probably up here. So if the market knows that, it wants to come through here, hit all those pending orders and everything, and continue to drive. Do you guys want to do US 30 while we wait for gold? Oh, sorry, it's 10:59. Let's wait for the 11:05 first new hour. Let's see if something develops on the new hour. How's US 30 trading, guys? Is it choppy or it's... And if we look at the 15 minutes on gold, just to show you, like, this is tough to sell. You don't want to be selling this. It's still very strong. Okay, so we're at 11 a.m. now. We have a new hourly candle. And this can be considered a double top with 4 bars. How it came up, it came back down. It came up, and now it's coming back down. Okay, so just with 4 bars, you can see an M pattern. So what will happen if it breaks this green box? Will it come down and just catch a wick and go back up? It didn't even come down to test the green box. See how it came down and higher low? If you pay attention to the lows and the highs, so right there it got a higher low, and then it continued to come right back up. Let's see if it will break out a little bullish up here. And if you're looking for buys, okay, yeah, you can definitely still look for buys, but I would just measure each zone. Like coming up there. If it fills back up to that yellow line, that's about 38 to 40 pips. I know it looks like it's a small zone, but that's a pretty substantial scalp. If it can fill right through here, if it can close above here, maybe retest this and continue to drive up there. Okay, so it's a hammer candle now, breaking for a new all-time high and continue to fill up here. So this is an impulse candle. Remember that. There's still 3.5 minutes to go. So do we wait for this body to close? Do we just want to buy right now on impulse? Yes, it could continue to fill a little bit, but it's the top of the hour. I'm on the sidelines, just observing what's happening here. Okay, so we came, pierced through there, new all-time high, and then they rejected it back down. Where will this volume close? We're almost halfway through this candle. Big push, okay? So if you wanted like 10, 20 pips, that could be it. You could essentially pip and dip out of there. Sorry, 15 pips right there. Just that little move right there. If you want, like if you want to really learn how to scalp 1 minute, 30 seconds, couple, just a candle, just if you get in and get out. It's a different style of trading, but that's what I mean. Sometimes if you just get it and get out, because sometimes it gets a wick and goes down, but you've already got your profit. I know it's not a lot, but that's what like micro scalping is. That's kind of how I trade. I love like yesterday where you can hit a 100 pip move. Oh, absolutely. If I can stay in a trade longer, but it's all depends on where I'm buying in. Here, I'm buying at the all-time high, and I know it can just go up a little bit. So that's why I'm more looking for 10, 15, 20 pips and get out, pip and dip. Like yesterday where we started that buy, for example, we started it right like kind of over here. So we took advantage of that big 100 pip move. Buying up here is very risky. It all depends too where you're buying. Okay, so we did break. We're pushing it down. We're right back where we opened. This is that spin top candle. When we came down to where we opened, the buyers are stepping in again and pushing it back up. This is going to close now in 1 minute and 15 seconds. So where will we close? Will it close back down in here? So that's maybe they grabbed a little bit of liquidity up there and then they're pushing it back down. If it closes with blue volume, bullish volume, it could still have momentum to continue to drive up here. And it's something around the market news could cause gold to continue to drive, cause gold to sell. Do we have any news coming up this afternoon? This is a big one, 30-year bond auction. We had yesterday the 10-year bond auction right here. You see how they lowered it. So that's what I was saying. U.S. has $9 trillion of debt that's due to be refinanced in the next year, within 2026. So if the 10-year interest rates are coming down, the 30-year interest rates are coming down. Our day-to-day, when Powell is talking, those interest rates will be coming down. Just like in Canada, we dropped another quarter basis point to 2.75 right now. So that's my hypothesis right now on what US is doing. I think they're trying to bring the interest rates lower so that they can refinance $9 trillion worth of debt at a lower interest rate and then start to, again, maybe stimulate the stock markets after they've consolidated that debt that they owe. So we finished a bullish spin top candle. It's basically a coin flip, but I wouldn't say 50-50 because it finished with a little bit of bullish volume. So I would say this candle is 60-40 buyers over sellers. So it's still bullish in my opinion. It's got a higher low, a higher high, and we finish with blue bullish volume. Can it continue to drive? Absolutely it can, but it opened blue and it came up. Now we got a lower high. So let's see if the sellers are building off of this structure right now. They're pushing it down. Can we get a bearish candle coming down? Maybe start to close strong with some black volume below here, like, or below 50% of this blue candle? Or is it just going to come down and continue to go back up? Maybe it wants to tap into 29.75 up here. But again, just watching this. So we're going to have some major news today at 1 p.m. We had the 10-year bond auction yesterday. Today it's the 30-year bond auction. So we'll see what happens over here. And then we don't have anything else this afternoon. That could affect gold as well. Yeah, Dom, I hear that too. That could easily be erased when confirming the BTC, Ethereum, XRP, whatever. Yep. Yeah, they've already proposed it. They've already proposed it to America. I was watching that video yesterday. It was about a 15-minute video where they proposed like the Bitcoin reserve, how it can benefit America, take care of all their debts, have a Federal Reserve, and yeah, Michael Saylor from Strategy was speaking about it. Who knows, guys? Bitcoin is still a baby right now. Still a baby. It's only 15 years old. Gold has been around for thousands of years, thousands of years. When I buy Bitcoin, I'm buying and I'm leaving it for my children and for my children's children, for generations to come. I probably won't be here to see the benefits of it. Hopefully I am, but I'm looking long term with Bitcoin. I'm thinking for how trade, how digital, like how gold is right now with gold bars. Digital gold is different. It's a store of value. I like that. And not for me, for my kids and their kids. Give them a head start. Yeah, Samuel, holding it for years. Like I don't look at the day-to-day pricing. Um, like I won't be selling mine. I can scale out, take partials here and there, but I won't be selling it. Why? Because there's a limited supply. Like with gold, you can dig into earth and mine more gold anywhere around the world. With Bitcoin, unfortunately, there's only 21 million coins available for the entire world. And we've already mined 20 million, and 3 million have already been like lost. So there's only roughly about 17 million, and that's it. So if there's a lot of demand and it's a scarce commodity, I want to be holding that. Okay, so we got a bearish candle coming down now. So we're back into the consolidated box. This is where it was blue, black, blue. It took out the high up there, and then we're coming back down. Okay, so are we going to get a bearish engulfing candle close in another minute? This might be the start of something, but it could come up blue again on the next bar. So let's locate maybe 50% of this bearish candle when it officially closes. Where do people mine Bitcoin? On their computers. You can get a supercomputer. You can, and the reward program now, like when it started in 2008, if you were mining, the reward was 50 Bitcoins when it first started. Every 4 years, it does a halving cycle. Then 2012, it went to 25 Bitcoin rewards. 2016 went to 12.5. 2020 went to 6.25. 2024, we just had the last halving cycle. 2024, it's down to 3.125 right now, and in the next 4 years, 2028, that'll decrease in half as well. Okay, so we had a bearish candle, but look at how it opened. It opened bullish, ignited, okay, and coming right back up. So that's why I always look at how candles open, how they close. So it's a strong opening candle. So I can't sell that. Still very bullish. Will it come back up here? Will it close above here? Is it going to continue to drive up here? Are they going to push it down in this red box? I'll get to US 30 in just a moment because we got something developing here on gold up here. Anyone go grocery shopping lately? How are your grocery prices? I got to go grocery shopping after this call. I'm kind of scared to go into the grocery market. Too expensive, Armandi? Everyone's talking about the price of eggs right now. How much are eggs around the world where you are? I'll start first. We'll do a dozen eggs because some come in 18. A dozen eggs here where I am in Ontario, Canada is last time I checked, dozen was $3.99 Canadian. $3.99 Canadian. Armandi, a 30 pack for $8.5 in Sweden. Holy shit. That's a lot. I go to the farmers. I like going to the farmer. I get a flat 24 brown eggs for $3. Always go to your farmers. I don't know what's going on in the US. Anyone from the US want to share how much eggs are? I know that they were kind of giving Biden a hard time. Now they're giving Trump a hard time. What is the price of eggs in US? $9 for a dozen? Are you kidding me? 9 US dollars. 12. Come on. You guys are full of shit. $12 for 12 eggs? Oh my god. Holy. No drip. $14 a dozen. Are you kidding me? It's worth more than gold right now. We're in the wrong business, guys. We need to be selling eggs. What are we doing trading gold? We need to be oh my god, we're in the wrong business. Mike, $1.20 for a dozen here in Malaysia. That's where we gotta go. Yeah, I'm off to invest. We can invest in poultry, guys. Soft commodities has poultry. Lumber is up like 200%. Soft lumber. You can look at soft commodities too. Pull up the egg charts. We will. Okay, so we're still pushing up, guys. If you're in buys, okay, so if you're in buys on gold, I would continue like with a trailing stop loss, securing your profit as much as you can, just in case this thing comes down. Yeah, Samuel, that's what it is. The bird flu killed a lot of chickens here in the US. Yeah, no, I understand that. Morocco, 10 cents an egg. Wow. Jay, you know an egg dealer if I need one? I need one, bro. I need one. Is it illegal to trade eggs? If not, you're not going to see Ron here anymore. I'm going to be dealing eggs at the street corner. New hustle. Me and Dave will be dealing eggs at the street corners here. That's the new hustle. Okay, so we got 15 seconds to go. Again, we got a nice bullish candle. It created a new high. We got volume. It may continue to close up here and continue to drive. So we cannot sell yet, guys. We can't sell. You can speculate, right? But there's no point in even speculating a sell because it closed with bullish volume above this red box. So what I do is I make it green again. Start stretching these zones in the future. So that consolidated zone, the buyers won that battle. There's your bullish flag continuing to drive. There's your ignited bar opening up, filling, could possibly hit that tap right into 29.75, that yellow line. This is a strong move, guys, okay? So if anything on this call, if you learned anything is don't short when things are at all-time highs or RSI is telling you it's time to sell. You don't want to do that, okay? I've been burned a million times. Learn from my mistakes. It's just we don't have any real strong bearish candles yet. Okay, so what I want to do is really quickly is just look at US 30 in the time being. Let's go to the daily. I'm going to do US 30 really fast, guys. Okay, so key areas right here. This area that broke down right there, right there, right there. You can see it's kind of like that McDonald's M pattern. It's red. We're below it now. I don't even need to do the all-time high supply. We're nowhere near 45,000. We got to concentrate on what's going on down here. So we got a 4 or 5 day downtrend pushing down. Where could we go down to? Like, where's our next areas? Right here. Here's a good area I'm interested in. Right here, bodies, bodies, bodies right there. Yellow line for a point of interest. We're coming down there very soon, 40,860. Where did we have support? Right over here. There's good support in the market right there. Green box. Stretch that across. Okay, so we're still pushing down. Like, look at this. Was on Wednesday, it was bullish. It came all the way up there and they pushed it all the way down. So we're continuing to push down. Today's daily candle, we opened, it was bullish right up to the opening price yesterday, and they rejected it back down. So we might be now coming down to take out that low. So do we have our opening point of interest right there? Do we have our high of the day? Yes, we do. It's still very bearish. Okay, look at what's behind us. Coming down. Point of interest is yesterday's low right there. And where's our low of the day? There is a tiny wick there. Are they going to build off of this, or are they going to continue to drop this thing? Okay, so very bearish. If I'm looking at 50% of the volume right now in today's daily candle, it's right around there. There's 50%. And I'm going to go now into the hourly really fast. Hourly. Okay, so this is our hourly. Still moving down. Lower low, lower high, lower low. That's where they really pushed it down. And new lower low came back up, lower high. We're almost making a new lower low now. Okay, so our hourly, do we have a, right here, there was good support here on the hourly, right here, and then they just lost it now. So this zone is now hourly supply right here. Okay, and we're going to see now, it's at the low of the day. Will it break a little further and come down here, or are they going to take out that low and we're going to continue to drop down in here? Let's go to the 5 minutes. Okay, so we're at the low of the day. Let's see what happens down here. If I'm looking for buys, I'd like to see it come up, maybe a double bottom here, come back through here, maybe break this, retest this, then we drive, coming back up, or this thing is just going to continue to push down. Okay, key 5-minute levels that I'm looking at. I'm going to place an alert right here just to watch what happens if it comes up to this red line. Just adding an alert if we're on gold. Okay, so we got an alert created. We are pushing down. Okay, so if we're buying at the low of the day, remember that we're buying a downtrend, so we're counter trading. So I'd like to see something build here. Consolidating. This is the area I'm going to watch to consolidate, even down to that yellow line. I'm going to give it some room to breathe to see how it will consolidate down there. And we'll continue to watch US 30 and gold, guys. Okay, let's see what gold is doing. Gold is still up here. So new area of consolidation is this zone now. The yellow line, the green box, right in here. That's the new area of consolidation. Maybe it pushes down. Maybe we can look for maybe a possible sell opportunity to come down just down in here. Otherwise, just holding. But the volume is starting to thin out a little bit. That's what I'm starting to notice. See how thin that candle is? This candle is pretty thin. Maybe the buyer's now cooling off. A seller will come in now and push it down a little bit. But then you might find new buyers, like right here. You might find new buyers at this yellow line. You might find buyers at this purple line. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get a move on this call. I'm going to stay another hour with us till 12:30. Hopefully we do see something. Is anyone speaking today? Is Donald Trump speaking today? Anyone see the news? We got to pay attention to Donald Trump every single day. Whether you like him, you don't like him, you don't like his personality, you love him. I don't care about that. But we got to listen to him when he is speaking, because he definitely can move these markets. Oh, okay, Samuel. Trump and the NATO members today. That could definitely affect gold. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, thanks for reminding me, Samuel. So if something is said at those NATO meetings, gold could continue to drive, guys. Like, think about it. NATO meetings, the Ukraine-Russia peace talks and things like that. Gold doesn't care for RSI, okay? This thing could continue to drive. So you have to be very careful with what you're doing up here. US 30. US 30 is still building in here. Let's see. Let's let it build. He brings chaos in the markets. It He can bring chaos. It doesn't matter to me as long as I'm trading with proper risk management. I'll be honest with you guys. I like volatility in the markets as a scalper. I welcome it because it allows me to get in and out of positions, make my daily goal faster, as opposed to having a market that's just trading sideways all day. I like moves like this. I'll tell you the truth. I like when volume is moving nicely, where one candle is 20, 30, 40 pips on a 5-minute candle. A couple of those a day, and you're doing really well. But yes, it is creating chaos outside of the stock markets as well. That I don't like. I'm a human being too. Are you guys getting better at this? Probably. Are you guys not? Are you guys getting better at not forcing trades now? Waiting for the trade to come to you. Took me a while to learn those principles. I'll be honest with you guys. I used to struggle with this. I used to look at RSI and I would be selling. I would be selling. Then I would add another sell. And I would be in 3 sells right now, and the market is still moving up, and then I would be over leveraged and I would lose a lot of money. Those days are over. I can proudly say that. It took years for me to learn this, and I hope you guys are learning it as well. You got to know that days are like this. Okay? Do you want to buy the all-time highs or do you want to sell? Either sit on the sidelines and wait. Maybe tomorrow will be different. But at least you're not losing or blowing up accounts anymore. It takes us as retail traders a long time to learn this because we don't have as much capital as the institutions, as the banks, as the big hedge funds and things like that. I don't think anyone here is trading with billion or trillion dollars here. I would love if you guys are, but highly unlikely. Wow, Gwendolyn, you made 10% earlier and you're done? Congratulations, Gwendolyn. 10%, that's a serious day. We say 1%, half a percent per day. 10%, you can take next week off. Pedro, you can keep control while on Zoom calls with Dave and I. When trading on my own, sometimes I lose control and do silly mistakes. It's okay. Just take what you're learning from Dave and I on these calls and try to your best to apply it to your own trading. It'll come in. It'll come. In time, Pedro, it'll come. You know, it takes time. Trading is not easy, guys. Trading is not easy. It's one of the hardest professions to do, in my opinion, because nothing is guaranteed. I'm not guaranteed to make any money today. I'm not guaranteed to make any money at the end of the week. If you go to work every day, you're guaranteed to make a paycheck every day, every week, bi-weekly, monthly, whenever you get paid out, whether it's salary or it's paid by the hour. You know you're making that money. You can sleep good at night. Every Friday, you know you're getting paid. In the markets, it's opposite. There's no guarantee I'm ever going to make money. So you have to learn the psychology behind that. That doesn't mean that we have to force trades now. Like, for example, me, I haven't taken a trade on this session. Does that mean now I have to force a trade now because it's an hour in and just force a trade just to say I'm trading? No, I got to continue to stay disciplined. I got to wait for structure to break down. Whether I have to wait 1 more hour, 2 more hours, or I got to wait till tomorrow, that's the nature of the game. That's why I always say to everyone to consider quitting your job or to consider quitting school to do this. I don't recommend that. I think you'll trade better if you do have a job. I think you'll trade much better because that money from work coming in will pay your bills. You don't need to stress about that while you're learning to trade or you have days where you're not making money trading, because that on your shoulder, that chip on your shoulder, it will affect you as a trader. So I've always said this from day one. It's good to have a job. You can work and trade on the side. You have the entire Tokyo session. You have the London market. You have New York. You have this time of the day. I'm sure you can find 2 hours a day to put into trading while you're going to school, while you're going to work. I did it. I went to school. I was trading. I work. I was trading. All of these things, and I felt that I was doing better when I had money coming in where I didn't need to worry about that. So I recommend that for everybody. I know it sounds silly because nobody wants to hear that. Everyone wants to hear the lifestyle stories of traders not working, Lamborghinis, vacation, parties, and things like that. No, this is the real life. This is the real life. I'm trading with you guys while I'm sick and I got my kids on March break. That's the true life story of a trader here. And some of you guys are doing the same things. You got your kids in the background screaming and yelling, and some days you're sick and you're on the charts. This is the true story of trading. It's not easy, guys, but you gotta set your mindset. Trading is all psychology. We can learn these candlesticks, and I can teach these candlesticks to you guys in 10 minutes. I'll make sure you guys got your price action skills up to par. But it's those other psychological factors that I can't control. Like how Pedro said, after the call, he makes a lot of silly mistakes on his own. So those are the things we need to work on, Pedro. We all do. I got to do that too. Yeah, Jay, it's facts. You have less stress when you have multiple incomes. That's what I look at trading. Trading is just another source of supplemental income. When you get better at this and you start accumulating some money in the markets, you can get your money working for you. You can maybe you're interested in a rental property. You can get into rental properties and gain rental income. You can put money in dividend stocks. Enbridge Gas, guys, is a fantastic. I don't talk too much about this, but Enbridge Gas is a really, really good dividend paying security. I'll show it to you guys just in a minute. I'll talk about Enbridge Gas too. I own a lot of it and I love it. I can't get enough of it. It pays about 8% yield every quarter. So it's like making a paycheck by owning a sound security, oil and energy. That's what's big in the markets right now. And if you look at the stock markets, most securities in the last couple of months are down 10, 20, 30, some even 40% right now. Enbridge Gas is constantly driving up. In times of uncertainty, oil and energy is a nice safe haven. Let me show it to you guys real quick here. Enbridge. Have you guys heard of this company? This right here. Enbridge Inc. This is Canadian prices because it's in Toronto, but you can look at the American ticker if you like. So like right here, let's go last 5 years really quickly. It was trading over here. I love buying. If it ever comes down to $40, I'm loading up. You can see $40 really holds. This was back in 2020. We went as high as $60. So if you're just buying at 40, you make $20 a share. You're making a lot of money. It dipped back down to the 40s right in here. I kind of added more to my position. And look at what I was saying. The last little bit, when securities are down 10, 20, 30%, Enbridge Gas is going up. So it's back to $62, like almost at the all-time highs. And here's your forward yield. Right now it adjusts with the price. So it's paying right now 6.16% yield. So you get kind of like $3.77 per share. So if you own a certain amount of shares, you get paid in money every single 3 months. And what I do is a drip program, a direct reinvestment. I don't need this money right now. So when I get paid out every quarter, it automatically goes back into the market and buys me more Enbridge Gas. And I just allow that to compound quarter over quarter, year over year, and I have that in my retirement account. So in Canada, we have a RRSP, your retired savings plan, your registered retirement savings plan. In the US, you guys have your 401 IRA, I believe, for your retirement. So I would start to utilize that. You can earn a lot of tax-free income until you retire. Some of you guys, if you're 30, 40, 50 years old, it's a good time to start. That's a good security. And that's what Ontario is talking about with Donald Trump. You know, the Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford, when he was saying some stupid things where he can shut the lights off in New York, in Minnesota, in Michigan. It's all, you know, the talk, the threats and things like that. But Enbridge Gas has their pipelines all throughout United States. So it's a big company. It's not just a Canadian company. Okay, so we're still just consolidating in here. Hopefully we get something developed on this call. Also, US 30 is starting to develop something. But again, I want to see a big bullish candle. At least engulf this, close. Like, you know what I always say, show me something. Like, can the buyers prove to me that they can close above this? If they can't, it's just going to continue with lower highs, and a lower low. So this could continue to drop down further. So we're waiting for US 30. This is still barcoding, bull flag, blue, black. Blue could continue to drive. Mark, I revealed that I like to pass gas. João, I hope I'm pronouncing that. João Martino. Portuguese or Brazilian? What is the yellow line above the high? How do you define it? That was just a price discovery. I just placed that there. I like this number, 29.75. Those whole psychological numbers, $25 increments, 29.50, 29.75, and we also marked up the 3,000 right here. We went $5 above, $5 below 3,000 right there. So how I put a yellow line, I would also put like a yellow line if I was continuing to 3,025. Right up there, another, and so on and so forth. 3,050, 3,075. Those are on the bigger moves. Those are on the daily. And then if I was scalping, I would look for smaller increment moves like 3,000, 3,005, 3,010. Those $5, 50 pip increments, and I could scalp those little zones. Excuse me. Okay, so this is still bullish, still driving. But even on the 5 minutes, now you see this bearish divergence. So I know we've been talking about this a lot on the call, but this is what is difficult. You see the strength on the 5 minutes is showing us it's going down. Each successive peak is lower. Each successive peak is lower. This peak is lower. But the price is still going up. So to me, it's telling me that they're still grabbing liquidity up there. It's not ready to be sold yet. Like this candle was nice, this bearish one, but look at the next body. The next one was a big bullish engulfing candle. Like if this one closed right there and we had another black one come down and close below here, that could have been the start or the signal of maybe a possible corrective phase right here, but it's not there yet. Still strong. That was a big bullish engulfing candle. I look at 50% of that. I always draw a line at half of the volume to see if it's coming down. Will it hold right there? Will it continue to drive up here? Will it start to come down? Okay, so now it's coming down to approximately 50% of that volume. Will it catch a wick here and go back up, or is it going to come down a little further? Maybe this one might be the bearish engulfing candle coming down. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we're developing maybe a possible opportunity to get into sells? Or you guys just think they're going to trick us and continue driving up? So that's why I wait for like bearish engulfing candles. I wait for something other than just taking an impulse and hoping for the best. I wait for the sellers to show me, are you guys strong or are you guys just trying and then the buyers are stronger than you? Pedro, I agree with you 100%. It could retrace a bit, but still very bullish. It is, absolutely. See how it came down and then, look, picked up buyers again? This candle could flip, and then we're coming up to 29.75 and maybe driving a little higher. Let's see what US 30 is doing. See, US 30, guys. That's the thing. That was a strong bullish candle. It came all the way up there. It almost engulfed. But remember, you judge a candle on how it closes, not just how it's trading. Look at then the sellers push it down and it closed down there. And then look at the next candle, this huge bearish candle. So that's what I mean. I always say, either in this situation with US 30, the buyers show me that you can close above here. Prove to me. And the same, what I'm saying with the sellers on gold is prove to me that you can close below here. So that's what I mean. So that's why trading takes patience, because sometimes you're waiting for opportunities, and we make a lot of mistakes while we're not patient. See, if this continues like this, maybe we gotta buy. If it keeps coming down here, maybe it wouldn't hurt to buy up there for a small 10, 20, 30 pip move. Doesn't hurt to try, but what I would be doing is I wouldn't be going too big, because it could just come up a little bit and then they drop it down. I have a saying, let the trade come to you naturally. If you feel like this is an unnatural move, you don't need to force trades. Okay? If it feels anything in life, if anything you do in life feels unnatural, don't do it. If it feels natural, then go ahead and do it. Okay? Same with trading. If it doesn't feel like this is a natural selling opportunity, don't hit the sell button. Okay, because you see it's coming down and the buyers are bringing it right back up. So here's the breakout from 29.75. It's a hammer candle. It's going to close in 60 seconds, one more minute, and it's a strong candle. The buyers are still very, 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 very strong. US 30 continuing to dump down. So we lost this low right here. Nice psychological area, 41,000. Okay, so see, what I'm looking for is this yellow line and this yellow line. I have no more 5 minutes. I got to go next time frame, 15. I have nothing. I got to go 30 minutes. I have nothing here. 1 hour. Okay, now I start to see the last time it traded in between these two yellow lines, here and here, was back in September. So you see now I'm starting to analyze price action back in September. Is there anywhere that I can draw a white line on the hourly? First thing I look at is maybe right here. Why here? Let's take a look. I got body, body, body. I got a wick, a body, and a body. I got a wick rejected off of that. I got bodies closing and retesting it here. Maybe I want to watch this white line, see how it will react. So now it's coming down. The hourly candle, holy shit, very bearish on US 30. So we're testing that white line right now. And you see the RSI on US 30, it's down to 22. So that's suggesting we need to buy, right? But that's same opposite with gold. It's overbought and it's telling us to sell. So this is like the trick. It's telling us to buy, and then this could continue to move down further. So what I look at is, I just start to look at each individual candle. 50% of that bearish candle is right around there. Let me just get rid of this yellow line. And I like to see if buyers can bring it up and at least close it above 50% there. Can they do anything down here? This yellow line is a daily point of interest. So if it can come down into here, that's where I expect to see some 5-minute buyers coming in, with this being very oversold. I'd like to see if the buyers will step in here. With gold, okay, so we closed, excuse me, let me just move this arrow. So we closed above, it came in now, look at what it's doing. It's retesting that yellow line and holding, and came back up, but it's a lower high. So we have to acknowledge this. It's a lower high now. No longer is it a higher high. So this might be the start of something. Okay, now it's coming down. 3 more minutes to go. So we can watch also US 30 coming down here. Do you guys enjoy price action? I love price action. I love this. I believe price action is king when they say that. You know, like out of all styles of trading, price action is real time. It's real psychological. So that's why I always target about 50%. The Fibonacci tool is great to use, guys. If you understand how to use the Fib tool, it's a fantastic tool. It will set support and resistance levels for you. Target that 0.5 or the golden zone for buys or sells on retracements. It's a fantastic tool to use. Okay, so we got a nice bullish candle coming up on US 30. Again, you see what I'm looking for? I'm looking, can it close roughly above 50%? I don't want to just come up and then they push it right back down. These were some gold buys this morning. Okay, so we got a short on gold at 29.75. We're looking for a short on gold. What I have marked up on our charts. Looking for a buy on NASDAQ. Not yet. And the sell on USD JPY retested and pushing down again. Okay, so we got a few things we're watching here. Wow. Okay, so good response now by the buyers at that white line. Okay, that was that hourly support back in September of 2024. So now it's a nice big bullish engulfing candle. Maybe we can buy a pullback off of this candle, depending how it closes. Will it engulf? Will they push it down? We've got 30 seconds to go. So it came all the way back up to here. They're pushing it down. Let's see how it closes. $18 seconds. So I always pay attention to the last 30 seconds of the candle to show who has momentum. Okay, so here's the close. I like to zoom in myself. Okay, so here's the close. We did officially close above 50%. You can see it. Let's see if we retest it and push up. The size of the wick does matter. It's a large wick. It's not like these smaller ones right here. It's a large wick. So if we do find some buyers, they have to fill this wick in order to push up a little bit more. Okay, so it is bearish engulfing. Okay, the way it opened bearish engulfing. So we are pushing down. Where's about 50% of the blue candle? It's right around there. So are we going to tap into it? Are we going to be a higher low? Okay, it's coming in now. Let's take a look. Right where my cursor is. Okay, so we got a wick right at 50% of the blue volume. Now it's a hanging man candle. So now we're pushing it up. There we go. Okay, so it came up. Now we got a spin top. And if it fails a little bit, I like to buy this candle. If it can come back up. So, okay. So I'm going to go in a buy now on US 30. Excuse me. I'm going to go in a buy. And I'm going to place my stop just below this green box down in here. And I want to see if it can drive through here a little bit. I know it could come down a little bit more. That's why I'm giving a little room to breathe, and I'm protected by that hourly white line right here. And let's just take a look at gold really fast. Okay, gold. Gold is breaking down. Last 3.5 minutes. Let's see if gold can actually close below this green box too. Okay, so now maybe we've found the top of gold up here. So it broke that 29.75 area right there. Okay, so we got a lot going on now. Now the markets have started to open up. Lots going on. I'm going to flip-flop between the two of these. Just clean up here too. Okay, so will the sellers be able to close it below this critical demand zone? They came into it and the buyers pushed it back up, but the sellers might be pushing it back down. Still a lot of time left on this candle. There is lots of time left on it. 2.5 minutes to go. Okay, so we got to pay attention to this area. Okay, so we came all the way down there, still holding a higher low. It would be nice if we can close as a bullish pin bar or maybe a hammer candle coming up with 2 more minutes to go. Okay, so let's see how we can close. Maybe we can break this official trend line, start to trade up in here. But I'd like to see if we can close near the high of this candle. Gold, we're going to continue to watch this. Okay, so 90 seconds to go. So we do have a top now, okay, an identified top. It came up there, they pushed it down, okay, so it came down in the green box, coming back up. Will it come up and then back down and then get that closure and then a drop a little bit? Wow, so big response by the buyers here. Wow, holy, okay. So that's why sometimes not the best idea to sell a candle until it closes. So it came right down into that green box and pushing up. So this is also on the flip side. If you like to buy, like a patient buy, you know when I was saying don't buy the highs, you could have got triggered inside there and you're in the money with no drawdown. Putin is speaking right now. Samuel, thank you for letting me know. And then our US 30, let's see if we can close as a bullish pin bar or a hammer near the high up here. Yeah, so if Putin is speaking, you know, the markets could react. Trump speaks, markets react. Powell speaks, markets react. These are heavyweights. Okay, and this candle is going to close in 15 seconds. So it's a bullish pin bar right now. Let's see how it will officially close. Okay, so we closed with a little bit of blue volume, bullish pin bar. Can we build off of this? So if it comes down, we've got a long wick. Okay, it might have to come down. Again, trade into about 50% of that volume, maybe create a higher low and come back up. Right now it's a bearish candle coming down. So again, we have to now create higher lows. We've got a higher low, a higher low. Can we create a new higher low on this bar? So we'll let that happen. Let's see what's going on with gold. So gold came back up, closed. So now it's coming up. Are we going to get like a double top up here? Let me get rid of this. Okay. Okay, so it's still bullish. Okay, but now things are starting to open up. It came down. The buyers are still there. That's what I mean. We cannot sell unless it closed below there. They're pushing it right back up. Is it coming up for a double top or like a lower high and then they're going to push it back down? Okay, so I want to see, can it get protected by this white line right here? And then this is my first position. So what I always do is, first position, I kind of feel out the market, see what's going on. If it does do what I want it to do, come down, produce a higher low, come back up, close above, and then I can trade off of this position where I can add another position. If it's going in my direction that I want it to go, and I know that it comes down and picks up more volume and comes back up, I can maybe add a second buy position as long as it's closing back above here without hitting my stop loss. So if it's coming down and it's still building and coming back up, I may potentially add a second position to get that move coming up. But right now it's still aggressively strong with sellers. So it's trading right at that white line. If they take out that low right there, then it could potentially come down, and I have my stop loss at that green box. Okay, so it's trading at that white line. Again, we do have some good support at this white line showing on this bar, and again on this bar. But the buyers have a lot of work to do. They got to continue to push up against all this selling pressure. So this is a heavy selling candle. So it can definitely come back down and push down. So we'll monitor this in the next 2 minutes. Gold is trading right back up to now the top area, 20, like up here. So this is where, sometimes you want to see for a second top. So it came up, back down, coming up. Will they push it down for the second time? Or is this going to just continue to break out? Again, bullish. So it's not ready to be sold yet. Still very, very strong. Okay, so 1 more minute to go. So I kind of want to see right here if it will hold this position right here. Do you guys ever adjust your stop loss when you guys are in a trade? Do you guys ever do that? If you see how things are developing, you see how I'm right above that yellow line. I know it could come down, tap me out, and go back up. So in this situation, I'm going to just adjust my stop loss just a little bit and place it below that yellow line because I kind of don't want to be tapped out if it does this. I just want to give it a few more pips to breathe. If it comes down here, I would have been stopped out right there. Just want to give it room to breathe. If it has to come down to that yellow line and then maybe go back up, I'm just giving it a few more pips to breathe. So I just adjusted my stop loss. Just gave it a little more room to breathe. And we're going into noon in 5 more minutes. So this is the time where things happen, where they can come down, break this low, and then right before noon and then bring it up. But similar fashion is it could continue to drop down. So that's the maximum allotment I'm giving this trade because I don't want it to just continue breaking down and then it drops. So that's the maximum. I'm right below that daily point of interest. Going into noon in the next 4 minutes. And let's see what gold is doing. Okay, so gold is still very, very strong. Could break for new all-time high up here. It's very, very close to getting stopped out, guys. Very close. So this is where I'd like to see buyers step in at this yellow line. It's a daily point of interest and the 5 minutes are oversold. So I'd like to see if this position right here, 40,861 will hold. But it's coming right into that hour and they know liquidity is down here. Like for example, I'm liquidity down there. My stop loss is liquidity for the market down there. So they know it's there. They know it's sitting there. They can see it. They can see pending orders. Do they want to come down, trigger it, and then reverse it back up at the top of the hour? Or will buyers step in right here and protect this position and protect that liquidity? So it's very tough here, but we'll see. 2 more minutes to go, 2.5 minutes actually. So half the candle is exhausted. It is a bearish candle. We do have a little bit of support coming in, but still that selling pressure could continue to come back down. So I'd like to see if we can flip this candle back up blue, close above here going into the next hour, and then maybe we can use that momentum to continue to drive up through here. Okay, so you see how I adjusted my stop loss. Had I left it there, I possibly would have been stopped out. So I just decreased it. I brought it down below that yellow line. I'm still in this trade, but it is in drawdown. But I'd like to see if maybe they can flip this candle going into noon. There's still 90 seconds left, and the selling pressure is still strong, coming down. Gold. Okay, so we got rejected. Let's see how now things trade into noon. Pedro, what do you got? Sell signal for gold on Discord, 29.75 high risk. Okay, we'll monitor that. Okay, so we got a sell setup for our Discord gold right over here. Let's see. Okay, 29.75, guys. So we'll mark up 29.75. It's the yellow line. So what we'll do is we'll watch the yellow line. We'll add an alert here. And we'll watch to see if we can sell below that yellow line. Still very bullish. Excuse me. And I want you guys to watch too. Watch, see if I get stopped out going into noon. And then maybe if there's a reversal or a continuation to the downside. So some of you guys are learning. You can use me as an example to watch here. Okay, and you can see how it's coming towards this area with 10 seconds to go. So it's very, 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 very close. Okay, just watch. You guys pay attention to this. Still holding that yellow line. Okay, so there's the close. We're at noon. It opened blue. I'm right there, possibly going to get stopped out. Very, 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 very close. So what I'm hoping for is a noon reversal. I got saved by a few pips there. Still in, but this zone is now red. Okay, so let's see what gold. Gold is 78 above here. So this is blue, or sorry, green. Okay, so it's still strong. We'll look for sells below 29.75 if it can come down there. Wow. Okay, so I'm still live by few pips, but I'd like to see if this buyers can come in and close it above here. Otherwise, lower high definitely could come down here and then I get stopped out. But I'm hoping that the buyers will come in now at noon when the 5-minute time frame is oversold. Okay, so there is a little bit of bullish divergence, but not much. Where are the buyers? What happened to them? No buyers in the markets lately. They've disappeared. Okay, so they can't even break this high, and it's getting pushed down. This is a small doji candle right at this daily point of interest, this yellow line. Just a lack of volume. Normally at the start of the hour, there's good volume. We have a lack of volume right now. Okay, so half this candle is exhausted now, 2.5 minutes. We do have some volume in it, but not a lot. This is like nothing. But to build above structure, we got to see if we can close above this red box. Maybe close above here, come back down, retest this. Maybe we move up to the position where I bought in, and then clear the drawdown, and then start moving up before it gets stopped out. Okay, so we'll look for sells here, guys, below 29.75, just like our Discord signal is telling us. So we'll look for maybe some bearish closure below here. Okay, and this candle is going to close in 90 seconds. So you see how it's struggling against 50% of the previous bearish volume right here? It's trading right into it, but it's struggling to go a little higher or to engulf it. So let's see near the close if we can start to engulf it. And we have 1 more minute to go. Gold is still above here. So we're waiting for here for gold, guys, 29.75 to look for a potential sell below there. Okay, and 1 more minute to go. So we have a strong bullish engulfing candle, but remember, until it actually physically closes, can we determine whether it's engulfing or not? See how I got saved by just a few pips, like 5 pips down there? So I adjusted it because I used my points of interest price action. This is from a higher time frame, not from 5 minutes. This is from a daily level. Okay, so the daily protected it while the 5 minutes are being oversold. There's a little bit now of bullish divergence, but I don't really care too much for the RSI. I've been telling you guys the entire call. I care whether this candle will close engulfed and where it will close. This means more to me than RSI. So we've engulfed that candle. We closed above this. So this red box right now, momentarily, I'm going to flip it green. Okay, so we've just retested it. Can we fill up this wick and maybe drive up to next destination is 50% of this bearish candle. Okay, so it didn't break for a new higher high, so essentially it's coming down again. There's still a lot of selling pressure, so it's pushing it down. We didn't hold that green box right away, so that's the first line of defense, first line of support. That's like support 1. It's not strong, it's just a weak level. It's the first level, didn't hold. So the sellers are pushing it down. Now we're trading into maybe 50% of the bullish candle that just closed. Like right here, where's 50%? So we're not holding 50%, it's coming down lower. Will it test the green box down in here, or will it produce like a higher low right here and then come back up? And then this is where it's barcoding now. Bearish, bullish, bearish. So now, again, I gotta watch my stop loss. So the buyers are not there. We closed strong above there. It didn't retest this and go up. The sellers are still really, really strong. So now it's testing again the stronger demand zone right over here at that daily point of interest. Can the daily buyers step in again and hold this from breaking down? Can they push this up again? Okay, so you see we traded back in the green box. The buyers are there, they're present, they're showing us. It's coming back up, but we still now have a majority of selling pressure above us, still pushing down. So this is where a candle comes up, it goes back down, it comes up, it goes back down. So the sellers are still absorbing these buyers. The buyers are trying. They're there. I can't fault them. They're there. They're pushing up, but they're pushing up against heavy supply. Okay, so that's a good response by the buyers, pushing it all the way back up. Can we flip the candle to a bullish pin bar? Maybe a hammer if we get to the high, and then maybe we take out this high point and we can drive up to this red line to 50% of that bearish candle. Okay, so that was a good response by the buyers. See how this zone didn't hold? Because it was just the first one. As soon as that candle closed above, I just flipped it. So that's like support 1. But this one is much stronger. And it held. So showing us good support. So I stretched this into the future. That could create a double bottom down there at another time. So you see how we came down, going back up? What happens if we come back down here at a later time? That could be the double bottom with the bigger volume and then get that push that we need. Okay, so now we've created a hammer candle. We're trading at the high and maybe continue to push up. So now next resistance is 50% of this big bearish candle. But what I'm looking for is volume to close above this green box so that this can start to get stronger and get pending orders. Okay, and gold is still up here. Okay, so we can wait for gold. Okay, so we got 60 seconds to go. We've got buyers now trading into, okay, that's a good push. Okay, so nice push, but again, it's how the candle closes. Okay, so we got now 45 seconds. They pushed up through 50% of that. It came up and then they got rejected down. Let's see how much volume we can retain into the close. Can it close above that red line? Can we build off of it coming back up? Or is it going to retrace back down and retest this green box? Will it come down a little further down into here? And here we go into the close. 5 seconds. So I'd like to close near the high with a small wick. Okay, so we got a small wick. I'm using the red line as the first line of support. Remember, this is support 1. This is support 2 of the green box. This is support 3, the bigger zone down here. Okay, so now we came down. We couldn't exactly hold the red line. It came down a little further. But again, the 50% rule, the 50% of the candle, the blue candle that just closed, half of it is right around there. Can we trade into half of it? Yep. So we got our flip. Okay. Now all we got to do is the short wick. Just flip our candle to a hammer, take out that wick, and then maybe we drive to where I originally bought in over here. So this is me kind of recovering from the drawdown. And then if we can come back up here and close above here, then maybe we could get that extension. Okay, so this is me. I'm still in drawdown. I'm showing you how to navigate yourself around drawdown. So in that situation, you see how I lowered my stop loss just a little bit and that saved me? It didn't really save me. I'm still in drawdown, but I'm still in the trade. Okay, so you see that, how it flipped? It didn't even take out that wick right there. So it's a clue that there's still a lot of selling pressure. See how the candle flipped right there? And look how small that wick is. Like, it's just a few points right there. And we could not even take that out and drive. So the sellers now are very, very strong. So now they're coming down. It couldn't hold 50%. Now we're testing this zone. Will it be stronger now this attempt? The first attempt wasn't strong. Maybe the second attempt can build a little bit more pending orders. So it just came down. It's showing strength. See how it's flipping back up? But again, it's fighting against all this bearish pressure coming down. So out of all of this, do you guys understand how this is like one zone support one, but over time it can start to gain strength. This one is the stronger one down here. So you see now how it came down and it held. The first time it had to come down to this zone. So this one held right now. Now we got our buyers stepping in, and now the candle is flipping as a hammer, and now we can drive because now we picked up all that volume down there. Do you guys understand that? Okay, so this is a good lesson for everybody to learn how zones work. Okay, now we got to push for that new higher high. Maybe we can engulf this big black candle right here. Maybe close above where I bought in on that original candle right there. So I waited for that candle to come all the way down, and when it went up, it closed. And then when this candle opened, unfortunately, I was already in the buy on this candle. That one took me down and took me down, but that's why I placed my stop loss below that daily point of interest. So let's see if we can recover and come back up through here. Gold is still strong, guys. Still holding very strong. That's why I suggest, guys, when you're learning, lower your lot size while you're learning. So maybe we can walk through this together and learn together so that you guys are not over leveraged and you guys are not panicked in the trade. I'm using a quarter lot size. I'm not panicking in this trade. I'm continuing to watch candle by candle. I'm not looking at my profit loss. I've already calculated in my head how much I'm willing to lose on this trade. That's already, before I took the trade, I've calculated how much I'm willing to lose. I'm okay with that. Now it's, my next job is to watch the price action. So I've got a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. But now the next thing is the volume needs to follow through. Jay, if we wanted to enter on US 31, should we get in? It's still bearish right now. Still, like, if I look here, it's still pushing down, lower high, pushing down, lower high. Maybe a double bottom down in here, Jay. If it comes back down into here, maybe that might be a good opportunity to buy. If we can hold this and start to move up here, maybe if we can clear this area, maybe a buy up here. But I wouldn't look for buys in this area right now. It's just too much congestion. I would wait to see maybe down in here or up here. Right now, this is where the battle is going to begin between the buyers and the sellers now. I'm watching gold up here too, guys. I know we're at 29.78, 29.79. So I'm checking for 29.75. We're not there yet. Okay, so that's a big bearish engulfing candle. It just took away all of our blue volume. So the sellers are still present. They're still strong. And then the next candle is an ignited open. So it definitely wants to drop down further. Now we got to see, can it hold a higher low down in here? Will it come all the way back down into our bigger green box down in here? That's what I was saying about that double bottom. Okay, so it came down, one bottom right there. That's our new neckline right there. Now it's coming down. Here's the second bottom. Here, will it now move through here? Will we get something? Or is this still going to be a bearish trend? Continuing to push down, create new lower lows, and drop even further. Then if that's the case, I know it's a bearish day today. I'm not going to fight buys. I'm not going to fight buys. Then I know that the market is still selling. If it cannot hold this daily position, US 30 is probably going to be bearish throughout the day. Okay, so it's coming right back down to that yellow line. My stop loss, again, is just right below here. So you see, again, it's holding the yellow line. But again, can it flip this candle back up? If it can, maybe a buy above this zone, above that white line. Okay, so this is a red box. Tough zone down here, but let's see if the daily strength can come in here. see how it's concentrated at this yellow line? That's where the buyers are. They're pending down there, waiting. They're getting filled. They're getting their orders filled. I have my stop loss just below that yellow line. So I've been protected for 4 bars, but I don't think it's going to continue to hold up because it's a serious bearish candle coming down. But I'm counting in my head how many times it comes down here, how many times it goes back up. And then half the candle is gone, 2.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes to go. Can the buyers push against all this selling pressure, close it back above here? I might entertain and buy above that red box, like another buy. Because that's the second bottom. But can we get follow through? Can we get pushed by the buyers and then start to move our way back up? Let's see what happens. If I can still stay in this trade. If not, I'll be stopped out very soon. This is a tough candle to flip because it's a bearish engulfed, or sorry, a bearish ignited candle. Like there was no initial buying pressure when it opened. It was all selling pressure. So it came all the way down to that daily position. The buyers are bringing it back up, but we still have that black volume, that bearish volume. That's a hanging man candle, we call it. So it's still very bearish, still holding that. Will we be able to flip that head and turn it blue with 60 seconds to go? Okay, so there. Can we flip it now? Just look for if the candle will turn blue. Still black. Still bearish. So whoever sold this candle, like I'm talking not me and you, I'm talking institutions. When they sold this candle at the opening, they're still protecting it. Look how close we were to flip it to blue. We were right up there. And again, those sellers are there and they're pushing it back down. So you can tell the importance of a bearish ignited candle or a bullish ignited candle. They're very strong how they open. So now we're coming back up. Can we flip this candle again? Right into the close, last 30 seconds. I still have not seen it flash. That was the first time now I seen it flash blue. So you see how it created the wick. Now it's no longer a bearish ignited candle. It created a blue wick. So now it's a pin bar. Where will we close? In the next 8 seconds. Okay. So good response by the buyers. They were still there, pending. Okay, so we closed in this zone. Again, look at it. They gap it down and they open it, ignited. Okay, now we're pushing. So this could be, those impulse trades. But as it came right up there, then they're pushing it back down. So if it starts building and building, this could be one of those impulse buys that could continue to come up. Or we wait for this body to close. Okay, so this is one of those situations. How it traded off of this yellow line, that daily point of interest, and this green demand zone, and came back up strong. And this could be a continuation candle off of this. So this is where you have to ask yourself, do you want to get in on an impulse, or should we wait for this official candle to close in 5 minutes? If I want, I can go to the 1 minutes. And I can also watch the 1 minutes. This 1 minute candle is closing in 5 seconds right now. So let's see how this 1 minute candle closes. Will it close above there blue or red? Or sorry, black, bearish. So it closed bearish. So again, next 1 minute candle opening. Look how this 1 minute candle opened. Bullish, ignited. Now it's coming right back up. This could be a 1 minute impulse candle breaking out of here. Or do I wait for this 1 minute candle to close? 40 more seconds to go. It came up there, it created a higher high, and they rejected it back down. There, we lost our bullish open, so they dropped it down. That's what created that wick. Buyers, can they bring it right back up? Is it going to be a spin top 1 minute candle? Is it going to be a bearish candle? Okay, so you can even go down to the 1 minutes. If you don't want to wait for a 5 minute candle to close, you can go into the 1 minute candles and watch them. Okay, so we got a bearish 1 minute candle. So when I go to the fives, you can see that the 5 is still very bearish. So it's coming all the way back down into this green zone again. Will it tap again this yellow line? Will it create a higher low and come back up? Okay, again, we can watch it on the 1 minute because we've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go on this 5-minute candle. So here's the 1 minute candle. They're creating their own little double bottom. So one bottom is there, our neckline is there, the red box. Here is this our double bottom coming up. Will it close above there, retest this? Will our 1 minute candles move back up to here? Maybe up to there. Okay, so we got an ignited 1 minute candle coming up, but again, it comes up and they push it down. So you see where my stop loss is, guys? I'm possibly gonna get stopped out of this trade because the buyers just are not strong. So we're retesting that yellow line. How many times have we retested this? I don't think it can possibly hold anymore. Now we close right near the low, so I'm hanging on by a thread here. This might be the candle that stops me out. Unless we can get a big bullish engulfing candle being created here, I'm very, very likely to get stopped out of here. So you see how much I've been saved by this yellow line so far. Okay, that rejection, now it's going to attempt to come down to my stop loss. Gold is trading at 29.78 still, so we're looking for 29.75 for gold to possibly sell below there. And here's the close of this 1 minute candle in 10 more seconds. Okay, so ignited again. I'm still in. I'll tell you guys. I'm still in it. I haven't hit the close button. I know here it shows that I got stopped out, but I'll verbally tell you guys. I'm still holding this. I'm honest and I'm transparent. If you guys trust me, trust me. I'm still holding this. I know sometimes the trading view shows something different than my broker, but where I have my line placed on my broker, I'm still in this trade. I'm watching it also on the broker I trade with. Okay, but it's getting very, very close to stopping me out. I'm still in. I'll verbally tell you guys when I'm stopped out. Cut it now. I'm still in. Soon going to cut it. Still holding it. I'm still holding it, guys. Okay, that's enough there. I'm gonna oh shit. I closed it out right there, guys. Oh man. Okay, so I closed out. That's enough. And then what I do now is, okay, I closed out the trade, but I can wait for my next level. So if the buyers are still building in here and it comes up here and closes above there, I could look for, if they're strong, if they come in, if they keep building this area, I could look for a buy there later. What I do is I put an alert on this white line right here, alert, and then I continue to watch that throughout the day. But if it wants to come down lower, I don't want to be part of that continuation drop. But there I got stopped out, guys. Out of that trade. Gold, watching for this. 29.75 right here. I don't know if I'll be on the call with you guys because it's almost 12:30, but I'll stick with you guys for a little bit longer, see if we can get something developing here at this yellow line. Okay, so if after the call, guys, keep an eye, mark this on your chart, 29.75, where this yellow line is, and look for bearish volume to break this green box, maybe come down here. This is what could happen. It could come down here, come back up, and then reject, and then drop, okay? So I wouldn't suggest an impulse, excuse me, I wouldn't suggest an impulse sell below here. What I would look for is volume to close below. So if it comes down here, closing below, look for it to come back up to either retest this yellow line or to retest this box and maybe get rejected and maybe close back and then do something like this. But you're going to use this 29.75 as a baseline of where to sell below it, okay? Don't force the trades. We're nowhere near 29.75 right now. It's still pushing higher. We created a new all-time high today at 29.80. This thing could continue to just consolidate and go higher, consolidate and go higher. It's just one of those days. And then pay attention to the Tokyo session. The Tokyo session has been really volatile for gold as of late. We've been doing that Tokyo session a couple weeks ago, and there's big moves from 8 p.m. when it opens up. So if you just want to come in for like 1 hour from 7:30 p.m., just do some analysis and watch when the futures market opens up at 8 to 8:30. That's where sometimes you're going to get a big move on gold. That's what I do sometimes. I watch gold during the futures market open. If you're scalping, you could get some nice scalps. Yeah, so it's still strong, guys. If you guys can watch that level after the call, keep an eye on it. We do have the 30-year bond auction coming up in the next 30 minutes right here. Keep an eye on this 30-year bond auction. That could cause a little bit of volatility in the markets as well. I want to say that they're going to lower the 30-year bond auction. They lowered the 10-year, so I'm pretty sure that they're going to lower the 30-year. They want to get those interest rates down. That's one way of doing it. Guys, we do have a free blog available for you guys. If you come to our website, stocksniperstrading.com, you hit more blog. There's some good information here. Lots of blogs you can go through. Lots of good information. There's also a free Telegram channel that's pinned at the top of YouTube for you guys. If you want to join that, we'd love to have you guys in here. Showcase everything we're doing here, whether it's with Dave in the Zooms and the trade signals setups. Guys, this is the boot camp starting Monday. If you guys want to join a 6-day boot camp all week next week. So we won't be doing any live trading next week. I'll be doing this boot camp from each day around 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 6 days. So if you click on this link, it will tell you what we're going to talk about on each day. There's 2 sessions each day, and then we're going to come in on a Saturday to do some charting on some of the big crypto names, specifically Bitcoin, and talk a little bit about it. So if you've ever wondered what is crypto, what is Bitcoin, everything, not just that, we're going to learn all about the wallets, cold storage, everything. It's history, how it got started, the future of it, and everything like that. So now is a good time to learn, guys, if you want to get into crypto. We'd love to have you guys on the team. And I'm going to go and take care of myself right now. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I'll let you guys know if we're going to start a little earlier tomorrow. So maybe we'll start at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., but it's scheduled for, let's do like normal time, what we're doing right now, till 10:30 to start it. But if we do start earlier, I'll let you guys know, okay? So just make sure on YouTube, if we do start early, hit the notification bell so that you guys get notified when we start. And you guys on Zoom, just pay attention to the Zoom channel and announcements, and we'll let you know what's going on from there. Okay, guys? Have a great day today. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Gold is still bullish. Don't fight this. Keep an alert here below 29.75. Also, what I do is I also keep an alert there, but I keep an alert below this green box. When it starts to break the green box, that's when I start to watch 29.75. Okay, gold is still bullish, still driving. I don't want to look at US 30 right now. Someone's saying, Ron, look at US 30. Oh, shit. Okay. But it's one of those woulda, shoulda, couldas, So it had lots. These are the 5 minutes. So it had a lot of opportunity to hold. But this is what I mean. I set an alert here now. If it closes above here, maybe I can retest another entry on a buy right here. But it's still trending down. It's got lower highs and lower highs. So you got to be careful. You don't want to just get caught with that buy bias and continue getting caught, because you see how it comes up and then they push it down. So you got to really allow the bullish candles to close above. I know it was a nice candle. It came through there and they're pushing it all the way back down. So you have to be careful. But guys, I'm going to go get some rest, take some medication, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.
Recording stopped.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to the live session of Stocks Number Trading. My name is Dave, guys. My partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.